Hey.
Silas is going to host this week. Actually, he's not. He's going to go in here and play with his, what is that stuff? Play-Doh or something? What is
Play-Doh.
it? Just clay? Okay, go play with your clay. Go play clay. Nice. December 8th. Wow. This month is, the rest of this month will evaporate, won't it?
About to wind down.
Yep, it is. Or wind up, whichever way you want to look at it. Christmas in the middle of everything here. So, and of course, Thanksgiving was late, so that seems like it's. We had a meeting last week, real quick, first thing on Monday morning, and the store manager said, "Just remember, 3.5 weeks till Christmas," and that really set me back because it was just like, "Wow, what the heck?" It's like, no, that's right. So, wow. So yeah, 2.5 weeks till Christmas. Hey Mason, hey Court. Shane is doing something, trying to figure out some photographs, but he's here. So of course John's here. Nancy's in the background there somewhere. I guarantee you that. Oh, nice. Back up on Walmart. Is it on sale? It's like,
I'm Alf on the shelf tonight.
That's right. Let's see if it's still up on. So we're gonna go on Walmart and see if it's still there. So what's new? What's new, John? I know you had some guests this weekend.
We did. Yep, had some guests. Shane and Mel come visit us for Marshall's birthday, and we had a few other people over. His birthday was Tuesday? No, wait. Tuesday, yeah. Tuesday. And so we had like a little party yesterday.
Yep, very cool. And we couldn't make it, and I apologize because we were out looking at houses again in the early morning, and then it was back here and back to packing. So tons of fun there.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, Mason's right. Night Force, Falcon, and Coral are back up on Walmart. So,
I'd grab them while you can.
Well, I gotta go check my bank. I'll do some shopping and some banking while we're sitting here. Figure out what we're going to talk about. It's a very slow week. I mean, honestly, as far as toys go. I do know that last wave that we were expecting before sometime next year, right? Alpine, the Iron Grenadier, IG Bat, and Joe Storm Shadow. I hate to say V2, but those were hitting the stores pretty hard. I went ahead and, because I'm going to end up with some shipping problems if I'm not very careful here, so I did go get Alpine and Storm Shadow, but I couldn't find the bats anywhere.
I ordered the bats off eBay or Walmart, so I got the bat.
Mine are on
Walmart, and then I got the Iron Grenadier off of Amazon, and I got Alpine on the way from Amazon, but it still hadn't shipped yet. So
yeah, and I know Pulse is really messed up because they're just messed up. I mean, I don't know what's going on, honestly.
Yep.
Boy, I got a bunch of payments that are just kind of sitting out there, and it's driving me nuts. So
I've done some figuring, and with this space of time that we're expecting before this next wave, I'm actually caught up except for 7 figures. I like 7 figures being completely and totally caught up. So,
wow, that's cool.
So yeah, because I did also get this for an early Christmas present yesterday. So I now have a ferret with a driver.
Nice.
I found my Stinger driver. I thought I took him out, but he was still sitting here on the shelf, so he's riding shotgun, laying down the fire.
That's cool.
So I got that. So as soon as I get Alpine, I like. I have 2 of the 460th anniversary figures. I went ahead and I got the sniper, and I ended up going ahead and getting the seal. So I think I still like the paratrooper and the action soldier. And I like the 2 Mad Marauders figures, Low Light and Spirit, and the Goldhead Steel Brigade and Shadow Crimson Guard. And that'll be the 7 that I'm missing. And I'll actually be completely, totally caught up.
That'd be awesome.
So I can start putting money aside and putting it back, so I'll be ready for the onslaught we'll get next fall. So,
boy, we're going to get really whacked next year. There's no doubt in my mind. There ain't a doubt in my mind that they're going to be hungry for that money that they're going to be missing out on the first and possibly second quarter next year. So they're going to want to.
Yeah, they're going to make it up there.
It'll be a replay of last year. We'll get 137 figures in the last 7 minutes of the year.
Well, we're getting 3 figures with a Rattler, and then there's 3 retro figures. The Dr. Mindbender wave and then. What was it? There's one set. Wasn't there 4 figures? I don't forgot what they were now. I'm gonna have to go look it up and see.
For the first wave?
Yeah, for the next wave coming out.
The next wave is dial tone, leatherneck, and
there you go. Yep.
And shoot.
Saw Viper.
Thank you.
Sorry, guys. The snacks were really good.
And, heavy duty. Yep, got heavy duty also as a deluxe. And Xandar. Yep. Yeah, Xandar, leatherneck, Saw Viper, and dial tone. And then heavy duty is a deluxe, and then you got the trench Viper with the modular fortification.
Mm-hmm.
So there's 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 figures that are delayed until right now looks like August of next year.
At least, well, they're actually saying October.
Yeah. You got the retro, rock and roll, Cobra Viper, and Dr. Mindbender. That's the 3 retros.
Yes. And you can throw, what else was in there? Frag Viper is going to be in there somewhere. Law and Order is going to be in there somewhere.
The glider, the
claw.
The glider with the female pilots, they still have yet to say anything about it anymore other than mentioning it way back in June. So, and the Fang. So,
what the heck?
I did get, by the way, if anybody's looking for the Superior Spider-Man Wolf Den, got them in. They still got about 4 of them left. Really cool figure. And I went down to the Computer and Variety shop last night and found the Wolverine Gray Hulk 2-pack for $40.
That's cool.
So I had to jump on that because that's. I don't think I got all 3 of those 2-packs, and I don't think I paid retail for any one of them.
That's pretty cool.
On some kind of sale or something, but yeah, I was excited when I saw that, and I saw it was just $40. I said, "Oh yeah, I got to go ahead and jump on that."
Nice.
It's heavy too. That's a heavy Hulk. It's basically the Joe Fix-It Hulk, but he's painted white, in the tuxedo like, but still basically the same mold. So they used that mold 3 times basically.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
They done the Build-A-Figure, then they done the individual, and then they put him in the white with the. Well, I think they did. I think because the other come with a regular tie, but this has got a bow tie, so there is a little difference to it. But anyway, I was happy with that. So.
Well, there. Okay, now I can pay attention. Thank you, Mason. I went ahead and ordered one because I've been putting that one off. So hopefully it shows up before we move.
Still hadn't found a Thunder Machine at Ross yet. So I know a lot of guys in the group's looking for that one.
You don't want to hear any more about what? I couldn't help it. It's Mason's fault. Mason's fault. Next time you see him, we'll get you a step ladder so you can smack him if you want to.
You're gonna need more step ladder. Homie's tall.
Oh well. Anyways, sorry about that distraction. It's Mason's fault. Anyways,
Got mine ordered.
what's going on, Adam? It wasn't a great week for figures. Hammond Collection Allosaurus that had been a pre-order item actually showed up in the stores this time, so I did manage to get one of those because I'd missed out on the pre-order. To tell you the truth, the last 3 things I bought are still sitting in the truck because there was no sense in bringing them into the house and have them underfoot, honestly, with all the packing and stuff going on. So they're just kind of floating around in the back seat of the truck, which is fine. I'm still very confused why it is this last wave of Joe's. Everybody except Pulse is shipping. I went ahead and canceled my Alpine and Storm Shadow off of that order, just to try to avoid shipping issues. That's that. I mean, I did get an email from the Joe Compendium. We got our final update on that, and I will tell you that was kind of a convoluted mess, honestly. So the first wave of those book sets will be shipping. If I can get my stupid email to work, right? You have to excuse me. We've been doing a ton of stuff for insurance purposes here. So I got 9 million emails that I'm sending to myself to get photos off my phone and onto my laptop. This is kind of weird. If you submitted your back-a-kit survey by September 27th and you live in the U.S., you're official part of Wave 1. Your rewards are expected to begin shipping on December 20th. This weekend, you'll receive an ABS match email. Make sure your address is correct and everything else. Wave 2, if you submitted your survey after September 27th, or did not receive a match email, you will be part of Wave 2, which will be shipped, after December 20th. It really doesn't specifically say. That's one of the things that's a bit of a hot mess, to tell you the truth.
Yeah.
And then Wave 3, if you recently submitted your survey within the last week, you will be included in Wave 3. Your rewards will ship once Wave 2 is complete. Now, I'm having a hard time with that because how is it that you're still ordering stuff from a Kickstarter campaign that ended 6 months ago? I was
going to ask if you could still order those.
Apparently, they were up until last week. So I don't know. Maybe they were just ordering extra rewards or something, but it seems kind of strange to me. But and if you're wondering, I did not get an email. Even though I was like number 60 that ordered the compendium, I should have gotten my email to confirm my address this week. But I had, honestly, at this point in time, I'm part of Wave 2, so mine December 20th. Boy, I don't think I'll see my books before the end of the year. Honestly, I can't imagine shipping anything on December 20th. And expecting it to get anywhere in a week or two, even after with the holiday and stuff. So, but they are shipping them. They're getting ready to ship them in 12 days. So,
shipping is so weird right now.
I got stuff floating around, and your expected delivery date is X, and then a day later I get an email telling me it's either delayed or it's actually not shipped. Just the label was printed, or I got one today that was supposed to be delivered Saturday. Then it was supposed to be delivered Monday, and I got an email on it today telling me they'll let me know when it starts moving through the system again. It's just like, that's not right.
That's like my Alpine. It was supposed to have been here last week. Now it's going to be Thursday of this coming week. So I don't even know where it's at.
They still hadn't even shipped mine, I don't think.
it's just, I don't know, man.
But I mean, it is the holiday, so we can expect all that jumbled up mess.
Yeah, I mean, it is, and
I feel sorry for the people that get their packages out of the UPS center in Athens, Tennessee.
yeah, I heard about
That place burnt to the ground.
Yeah, that's terrible. I can't imagine what
Well,
a mess that would be.
It does show my Alpine has shipped, so I'll take that back.
Oh, nice.
Actually, it says arriving tomorrow by 9 p.m., but I doubt that.
That's cool, Corey.
Yeah. He's a cool looking figure.
It is.
I should have probably brought him in, but I didn't. Storm Shadow, I have to tell you, is much nicer in person than the photos. But I have to tell you, if you really look at the skin tone in the mask, it's way off. It's very dark. It doesn't look like an Asian American to me. He looks much darker than that. So
heck, you can't even hardly see it.
Yeah, it's really strange. But other than that, it's better than I was expecting. So that's cool. What else was there that popped up this week? We had two new. Mr. McFarlane announced some stuff, and two of them were just this afternoon. Wow, that's. And I get it. I mean, the shipping companies are having the same problem that everybody else is having. I mean, they got a real employee crisis.
They do, really, they do.
And I'm not being mean or sarcastic or anything. I'm telling you right now, almost every company has a major problem, major employee crisis right now. Either they can't find people, or the people that they have don't want to work. They said to me the other day, just in passing, we was talking, because the only reason they even said anything to me is because when I finally got hired over here at Bass Pro a month ago, there were 14 people hired that same time. So me counting one, that leaves 13. 8 of them have quit since, and one of them got fired the other day. What is that? That's crisis level stuff. So it's very easy for us to get pretty upset with the shipping companies, but they're going through the same thing everybody else is. They can't. Now, whether it's their own fault or not, I couldn't tell you one way or the other. But I mean, things like UPS. My wife worked for UPS years ago. That was a job to have. FedEx was even harder to get in. Those were awesome jobs.
Yep.
And I don't know if that's true anymore or not. But most of the people I see working for them don't care, and maybe the reason they don't care is because the company doesn't care anymore. I don't know, but I know it's crisis level stuff. They're pushing everybody to buy everything online, but the shipping companies are just not. They're just not equipped or capable or to handle it. I mean, it's just not good. And it's like I said, it's December 8th. We haven't even hit the busy time yet. No. I mean, the really crazy busy time. So I don't know, man. I hope everybody got everything ordered they wanted for Christmas, because, No, I can tell you, no, that's not true, Corey, because to tell you the truth, Bass Pro is not the kind of company that's hiring a bunch of people under 25. It's just not that kind of place. It's, sales reps and people that work the floor and everybody out in shipping, receiving. I don't think there's but 1 or 2 people in the whole store that are under 35, to be perfectly honest with you.
Bass Pro tends to hire older folks.
Well, yeah, because
knowledgeable people. I gotta say that.
Well, yeah, kind of. I mean,
yep.
That's their customer base. It's not like it's not like a store in the mall where it's kids coming in and they want to hang out with other kids. It's some 60-year-old guy coming in there that wants to buy overalls or something, or camouflage. You don't want to deal with some kid. So
the only teenagers that go in there are the ones that want to jump in the fish pool.
Yeah, that poor guy. Boy, he busted up bad. But anyways.
Yeah.
So, let's talk about something for real. What are we going to talk about? What's on the plate this week?
I kind of been slacking with making a list, ain't I?
Well, no, because it's very difficult right now. I mean, you guys had a lot going on. I've had a lot going on. Everybody's got a lot going on this time of year.
Yeah.
Well, I guess we'll start right here with John's photos.
Oh yeah, bunch of news in Marvel Legends this past week.
Now I got it. That just Marvel's Lizard. That just doesn't seem right.
No.
I mean, Marvel's the Lizard. It's like Marvel's Lizard. That doesn't. That's just wrong, isn't it?
She don't sit well with me.
Yeah. If you watch the stream on this, they've already done the Green Goblin, Dr. Octopus, and Sandman from Spider-Man No Way Home. They're doing the Lizard, and they said during 2025 they would finish it off. So that means they'll do a Jamie Foxx Electro sometime next year as well, because that was the 5 villains that was in the No Way Home.
Mm-hmm.
So they're trying to complete that set for the people that collect the MCU figures.
Does that mean they're going to let the license go, or does that mean they're going to keep the license? That's an interesting.
I don't know. I just know they said that they would get the other 2 this year, and this is one of the 2. So they got a lot of. I mean, they're doing a lot of stuff. It looks like they got a lot of stuff planned, but
yeah. But it's like they said, these things are in the pipeline for up to 18 months before they.
Mm-hmm.
So who knows, right? Who knows? Not I.
I think this is probably the ugliest figure I've ever seen in my life.
They say up to, but I think the MCU figures probably get priority because they want to get them out in ample time for the movie releases and things like that. So
it's really not a very nice looking figure, is it?
Just look at that face. So ugly.
But the whole head and neck thing just kind of What is up with that?
I don't know.
It looks better out of the box. I don't know if did I send you a picture of it?
No, I think that's the only one I got of it.
Okay, I thought I had one out of the box, but it looks a lot better than it does in the box. I mean, it looks like the character from the movie. Of course, the movie looked drastically different than the comic book, but
No, and I remember I watched the movie, but did he have that flesh tone on the bottom of his face like that, or is this like mid transformation, or what's the deal with that?
I can't remember. Honestly, I can't remember.
I mean, that looks like a mask. I mean,
it does. Corey said it looks that way in the movie.
Out of the box.
Does it?
I don't guess it is.
Tim says he looks horrible in the movie.
Well, I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't know, man. I got to tell you,
I didn't send that picture to you, Shane.
I don't think so.
Okay. Well, that's a picture of it out.
Recently, an awful lot of the pictures that we've been shown, the figures are actually much better than the pictures we've been shown.
Oh, yeah.
And that is an Amazon exclusive, by the way.
Yep.
Oh, available later this month. So it's coming out this month instead of 2020.
At least for the pre-order, maybe.
Yep.
Interesting.
Right.
Well, that's cool, right? For the Spider-Man fans.
Now, these are in no particular order, by the way.
Yeah. So I guess they're doing a third wave of Age of Apocalypse figures. So this is Gambit from Age of Apocalypse.
I thought that was somebody's kid.
It looks like Wiccan. At first, I thought it was Wiccan, but it turns out it's the Age of Apocalypse Gambit. But it did. When I first saw it, I thought, well, they're doing Wiccan, so that means a Hulkland's coming pretty soon, probably. But
Going to be a big seller, you think?
Well, there's a lot of Gambit fans, and there's a lot of people that's wanting more of the Age of Apocalypse figures. So it'll probably do as well as the other 2 waves did.
Yeah,
so I don't know. It's cool looking. I mean, what's that?
Soon to be at Ollie's near you.
Husk from Generation X.
What, she got a voodoo doll there or something? What
No,
is
it's part of her skin because that's part of her power. She can pull her skin off, and she's got a metal. Yeah, so there it is. There, so you can actually pose her like she's pulling her skin off.
that? Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah.
Well, that's not good.
That's
a pretty crappy mutant power to have, isn't it? I can rip my own skin off.
Definitely an issue there.
Yeah.
She might want to put
that
some
seems
lotion
more
on
like
that.
an ailment, not a mutation, doesn't it?
Looks like
That's why they call her Husk, because basically her skin's just a husk.
Yeah, she can,
look like Nightcrawler stabbing her in the back there.
She can go chuck herself, right? Is that what you're saying?
She can go chuck herself.
Okay, it's close. I come close, but
I know a lot of people in the Marvel Legends groups have been wanting to complete the Generation X set, so this is another step toward that.
That was an easy one. Don't give me that look. It was right there. It was like
it was there.
It's sitting right there, dear. Give me a break. You know.
What's up, man?
What's happening, buddy?
Okay. Oh look,
Cyclops.
I think it's
What's the new Cyclops? And he's got a pretty cool blast effect they give him.
Yeah.
You can see there.
That's kind of cool.
It's like it's actually hitting something the way it's dispersing on the end. And
pretty cool.
All this is from one wave. I got several figures in this wave. Of course, another Wolverine.
So I'm guessing they didn't switch production on the Marvel stuff yet, because that's an awful lot of figures already for.
Yeah, that's why I'm wondering, since Marvel or Star Wars, neither one, they mentioned a delay in those. So I'm wondering if they're getting ready to give up the license, because I think 2025 the license expires for both franchises. So
say that again.
I said I think in 2025 the license expires for both franchises.
It does.
Star Wars and Marvel. So
Star Wars, Marvel, DC are all up as of January 1st, believe it or not. So, and then they have a window until Toy Fair in February or March, from my understanding of it, is for the last of the old line to be announced, and then the new license holder to get stuff out to show for the coming year. So that's a nice looking figure.
Yeah, updated or Nightcrawler. I think that's the Age of Apocalypse Nightcrawler as well.
X-Force.
It's X-Force colors, but I thought they said it was Age of Apocalypse. I hadn't read the Age of the Apocalypse storyline, so I couldn't tell you. I mean, I've got the books. I just never have sat down and read them.
Boy, that's an old story. That's a 30-year-old storyline now, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
There's another shot of Cyclops.
Yeah. Oh, that's kind of neat, huh? Right, that angle.
Yeah. And I forgot his name. He's one of the accolades, but what is it?
Zippo.
Grandpa.
Lighter fluid. Zippo. He's a windproof lighter.
Zimpo, yeah.
You pick him up and count the hash marks on his feet, and you can tell him how quality he is.
Yeah.
Well, you remember that.
Who knows who this cat is? Because I don't know who it is.
I don't know.
I can't remember his
name.
My name is Jeff.
Yeah.
It's Jeff.
My name is Jeff.
Jeff's like, at least my skin doesn't pull off.
Yeah. At least I can put flames in my hand, not skin.
That's right.
He's got an athlete's hand. Looks like it's burning.
Uh-oh. Nightcrawler can go.
We're not doing it. Just don't go there. We're not doing it.
I was about to.
I'm not going to do it. I know there's a lot of controversy flying around right now, but I'm not doing it. So thanks for the offer, though.
Let's see. There was a couple more, I believe, right?
So that
well, that's okay. So
that's the Build-A-Figure, right?
Figure. What's his name? Melty the Snowman?
Nemesis.
It's a Ghost Rider in a mech suit.
So, from my understanding, they go by. It's you remember they done the Nemesis before, but it was Holocaust, and they didn't want to use the comic name Holocaust, so they called him Nemesis. Well, this is his. I think this is his Earth 616 counterpart, whose name's Genocide. But I guess they didn't want to call him Genocide, so they went Nemesis on him as well.
It's the other nemesis.
So now you got two guys that are pretty much the same character, just from alternate universes, but they're both called Nemesis. So
is that Nemesis Enforcer or Nemesis Immortal?
just Nemesis.
Interesting looking figure. They put a lot of work into it.
Yeah, I don't know. Like I said, I don't know if it's Holocaust or if it's genocide, but one of them apparently Magneto ripped his skin off of his flesh, off of his body or something, and that's why he's a skeleton. But they built a containment suit for him to survive in. So,
see, now there's another shuck joke in there, and I'm just not going there. I'm just not going to do it.
Maybe. Well, I ain't gonna. Okay, if you hadn't watched Deadpool Wolverine, close your ears for just a moment, because spoiler alert. Maybe it's just Johnny Storm after the fact.
Possibility. Johnny Storm in a mech suit.
Yeah, in a mech suit.
Jeez.
Kind of looks like a Mega Man there, maybe too. All burn up.
Yeah. That
The skull is posable. I don't see it. Maybe it is.
Yeah, I don't know. I thought it looked like that was like a fishbowl thing.
Yeah.
Fishbowl helmet. What is it? I mean, how do you pose a skull? Turn it or open a jar or something?
That could possibly be Deep Six too.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, you could use that to make it a custom Deep Six.
But this is a builder figure too, so this is pretty big. Take the fishbowl off. Oh, it's an interesting looking figure.
Looks like the alien ghost of Scooby-Doo. It does. It does do that.
It does, doesn't it?
Oh boy, Shaggy.
Ruh-roh.
And here we are with Bone Lady.
Yeah. This is, I believe, Morrow. She's another one that a lot of them do.
Morrow. I was close.
Part of Generation X also. And she's got, I think there should be a picture there of her backside that's got the bones coming out of her back and all.
Easy, John.
Apparently she just break a bone off and use it for a weapon and then grow another one back or something.
It's the family show.
Yeah. I never, like I said, I wasn't into the X-Men and all that much. The Generation X, I know of the characters, but I don't know that much about them because I never really read the Generation X. But it is a cool looking figure.
Hasbro is just flat out being mean to people that are trying to behave themselves at this point in time because there's just a wealth of inappropriateness going on tonight. I mean, it's just.
If you notice.
I'm being really good.
I thought they said there was a place for that bone to stick in it. She's holding her hand, but I guess not. It's because it looks like there's 3 on each side already on there.
Yeah, she probably take one out, stick another one in. I don't know.
Marrow. Her name is Marrow. I don't know. Well, it took a lot of imagination there, huh?
Oh yeah, first name Bone.
Yeah.
Oh, don't do it, Dave.
I'm done. I'm all done it's Christmas, man. I'm all done.
She got some rough looking kneecaps there.
Yeah, it looks like Doomsday.
You know what? She got bony knees.
She got bony knees. That's right. Boy, that'd be a horrible malady to have, wouldn't it?
Ain't it though?
I guess we're gonna
hang on. Let me get to the next folder.
Yeah.
Then we can go back to that.
Yep. Out of that group, I think the Husk is the coolest one with the rip-off skin. I just think it looks pretty cool the way you could pose it.
Jeez, how many figures did they show?
They showed a bunch. We ain't even seen the Spider-Man wave. This is the start of the Spider-Man wave. So this is Spider-Man Unlimited.
Geez, I wonder if this wasn't like a last hurrah or something. That's a lot of figures.
It is.
Yeah.
They just showed a bunch of figures a month ago.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what I said. It's like, man, they're going wide open on the Marvel Legends.
But this one here is Spider-Man with Ghost Cape.
Yeah.
Ghost Cape, huh?
And
yeah.
There you go.
I don't know. I'm just making stuff up at this point.
I was going to say, you might as well.
Oh,
just so
sorry,
good.
Corey. We really wanted you on the show.
That's terrible.
Sorry.
Ghost cake.
This would have been a good night to have him on the show with all the content.
No voice.
Then he couldn't even comment on it.
Yeah, that's the truth, right? Shut up, Corey.
Stop
Good night,
talking,
Corey.
Yeah, good night, Corey. That's right.
Good night, Corey.
But yeah, this Spider-Man Unlimited is what this figure's called.
Oh, okay.
Ah,
Yeah.
There's too many Spider-Man running around.
he does as many Spider-Man, Supermans, and Batman. Here we go.
And then
Gender swap there, huh?
the female Electro, which was actually Tombstone's daughter.
Oh,
Yeah. And they were talking real big about the new effects that they have with her there, which I only got a couple of pictures, but they showed you. I mean, you can actually wrap it around like her whole body's like electrified, or you can put it on her hands. It's pretty neat, you know. This is one of the few Spider-Man villains that I've been waiting on to. This, and I got one other Spider-Man villain that I've been waiting on that's in this wave too that we'll get to in just a minute.
She was Sandman's daughter, right?
Tombstone's daughter.
Tombstone's daughter, okay. So who was the mama?
Poster.
Because Tombstone wasn't electrified.
No, it was,
Well,
And Electro was a man.
I think Jackal experimented on her and made her electrified.
Ah,
I'm still going with the toaster.
Jackal was the one involved in
I
all
agree.
the
The
cloning.
toaster and a butter knife.
Yeah.
Jackal was involved in a lot of the early cloning with all the Spider-Man clones and all that, which that's what the other villain pertains to that we're going to get to here in a minute.
No, not.
Maybe if Shane got all the pictures down later.
Do
Of
what?
course he's right, Corey. What are you talking about?
Yeah, Corey. He's always right.
Of course, you got Flash Thompson as the Agent Venom, and basically this is an updated version of the Agent Venom that they did back about 10 years ago for Walgreens, and with a new pinless points and all that. Plus, they got the alternate unmasked head, which is pretty cool.
He kind of looks like the dude off of Game of Thrones.
Which one?
Jamie.
Oh, Jamie Lannister. Yeah, maybe a little bit, yeah.
A lot of it. That is definitely Jamie Lannister right there.
Or a young Robert Redford.
That's right.
Oh, yeah, sandwich.
Awful sandwich making accident.
Yeah, she put her grilled cheese in the toaster and just got to get it out with butter knife and
That's right. Her husband said, "Get in the kitchen, make me a sandwich." And next thing you know, she's a super villain.
Yep.
Very awesome.
Okay, Corey got to have the new Agent Venom. Anti-Agent Venom? I don't get it. I don't get it. There is way too many superheroes and villains and stuff in this Marvel crap.
Yeah.
Marvel is huge.
will
Marvel is
definitely
huge.
stick with my G.I. Joes on this stuff.
They've gone with the Spider-Verse. They've just gone crazy with it. I mean, of course, this is the chameleon from the animated series, and they included what looks like a mask of J. Jonah Jameson, like he just pulled it off and he's holding it.
It's like Hamlet.
Yeah.
Et tu, Brute, et tu.
I'm happy with the first chameleon that come out, so I'll pass on this one because I don't do the animated or the MCU ones. I just go with the comic versions. This
Thunderbolt.
is Kane.
Oh,
So
dang.
this
Kane?
This is
Kane?
Kane, which is a Peter Parker clone, a bad Peter Parker clone. They called it the imperfect clone. So yeah, he's a key player in the 90s during the clone sagas and on up into the early 2000s.
Corey,
That's one of the other villains I've been waiting on to help finish off the Spider-Man villains set.
Corey's got to have that chameleon there so they can see him rolling.
I got to have that chameleon. Oh, chameleon. Okay. Okay, now he's playing word games with us, huh?
Chameleon there. They see him rolling. They hating. He's gonna have to pass on this camera, even though it's probably the best looking of the whole bunch.
Yeah. Oh, they were real impressed with his hair on the live stream. How he had
I was gonna say, that
imperfect
hair
clone,
is-
but he had perfect hair.
He looks like Fabio.
That hair is, the imperfect clone with perfect hair, right?
Yeah.
There's a Fabio thing going on there.
Fabio.
Got the flowing cape kind of effect going, which is pretty cool.
Wished I had hair to flip back.
No.
Okay. I thought your voice was out, Corey, and you couldn't talk.
That's why it's not working too well
You
today.
might not need a voice chat.
Yeah, computer can't hear him either.
What's that, Corey?
It's just filling in the gaps. This is Spider Boy. And he's a new
Spider
character
Boy.
that come out here about a year ago, I think.
Spider
That's what
Boy.
a Spider Boy
Yeah, I
does.
don't know anything about him.
Goes to school, does his homework. He's a Spider Boy.
Well, I tell you what, you Marvel guys, you want to whine and complain about McFarlane making too many Batman figures. I got to tell you, at least it's the same guy. This is like 17 million of the same character, but they're all different people.
Yeah.
Ain't no doubt.
Yeah, I'll be honest with this. The Spider Verse, a lot of people like this Spider Verse stuff, but to me, it's ruined Spider Man. I liked it when it was just Spider Man, and you had Spider Woman, and that's about it.
I mean, they're going too far with a lot of this stuff, though, man. I mean, really think about it.
You know, why not just do a what if series if they want to do all these alternates, but don't,
Well,
I don't know.
That's what DC did for years with the, hey, cut it out. Elseworld stories. It was still Batman, but it was just in a different universe.
Yeah.
Not there's 17 Batmans, and there's that's crazy, man. I don't know.
Of course, that's the whole wave there on the Evolve series.
I do like the cards, the retro looking cards.
Cool.
They're really cool. I mean, I'm just not
reminiscent of the old Toy Biz animated series Spider-Man figures.
A lot of stuff. Boy, that's a lot of that. Boy, for this late in the year, that was a lot of reveals.
Yeah. Yeah, they loaded up. Basically, it's two full waves. One of them's a Build-A-Figure wave. One of them's a retro card wave.
Okay, Spider Boy looks angry.
Yeah, and then he's got a mask where he's got fangs coming through his mask, and I don't understand that. Like I said, I know nothing about this character. This is something new that they just introduced, like I said, about a year or so ago.
He ain't got no shoelaces. How ain't gonna run?
Looks like got 6 eyes there too,
right?
Those are shooter's legs. You do realize
probably.
that,
Probably. Yeah, you're probably right.
They're shooter's legs.
Me.
All right. So you should have a couple more.
I think that was all I got.
You don't have the best ones.
Which ones was that?
Well, there's a Target exclusive and a Walmart exclusive. It should have been.
I didn't get none of those. Didn't see any of them.
Well, here I got it pulled up here. It's a Savage.
The Spider-Man things.
Savage Land Professor X.
I did get that somewhere. That's all.
Yeah.
Maybe it didn't download. Yeah, you just have to show it on your phone because I didn't get it downloaded.
Well, he's up and about, huh?
That's Savage
he got
Land.
legs.
Savage Land Professor X.
He ain't Captain Dan no more.
Yeah, he's walked on and off throughout the years. I don't know what it's.
You get him some mechanical legs.
And then the Walmart exclusive, which is one of my favorites that I've been waiting on, is the 77 Spider-Man based off the 1977 TV series.
Oh, there you go.
So you can see he's got the remember how if I can get it.
That was the same suit they used on the electric company, wasn't it?
It was very similar, yeah. Had the almost like goggles sewn into the.
Mm-hmm.
And I do think it's neat because they did include. It looks like a shoelace, but they did include a rope with the figure that you can attach to his hand.
Oh, no.
And they showed it. It's flexible. I mean, it's like a shoelace, basically.
Cool.
Because you remember on the old TV show, he'd shoot that web, and it was always just a rope.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
But that is a Walmart exclusive, and I love the. If I can get it, why is it not pulling? I love the packaging, the artwork on the packaging.
That is cool.
It looks good. So, yeah, that's definitely a must get there. Oh, did you find it? Okay, you did find it.
Found it.
When do these release? Sometime before March?
I don't. I skimmed through it, so I was just fast forwarding through and just looking at what they showed. So I didn't catch all that because I watched it just right before we come on here, trying to get caught up because I never had a chance to watch it. When was it?
Well,
Friday
I said
it come out.
Week, but apparently it wasn't, was it?
Sorry.
I can't. I can't remember if the electric company, if it was exactly the same. I think there was a little difference in the suit. I'm sure they'll eventually do an electric company Spider-Man if they keep the license long enough. But a lot of people is excited about this figure because they think it's going to lead to a Lou Ferrigno Hulk, which it may do it.
Oh, maybe.
Spider-Man?
Yeah. I'm surprised they didn't put which I think it did have an alternate head, didn't it? Or did it? I can't remember.
My Spider-Man, what big eyes you have.
My stupid phone. No, it didn't.
All the better to see you with.
It would have been cool if it'd come with an alternate head with what was his name? Nicholas Hammond, I think was the one that played.
That sounds
Nicholas Cage.
No, I think his name was
Nick Cage.
Yeah,
and Nick Cage plays in everything.
It would have been cool if it had an alternate head, like an unmasked head with his likeness on it.
All right. Stop with the bad jokes.
Anyway.
I vow to stop with the bad jokes. I'm sorry.
So yeah, they loaded up on Marvel Legends. I mean, gosh,
that's a lot.
And most of it's comic related. Very, very little of it's movie. Well, the Lizard really is the only movie, and then you got the Chameleon from the animated series, and the rest of it's all comic book figures, which hurts my heart and my wallet.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, that's a lot. That's a lot of figures. Like I said, because we just did that in October. The end of October 27th, we got a ton of stuff announced.
Yep.
That's a lot.
Yeah, it's like they've really picked up speed on the Marvel Legends, like as if maybe they're I don't know about to lose the license or get rid of the license.
They're acting an awful lot like McFarlane, where I'm pretty well convinced he's trying to cash out while he can, because all the signature figures and everything else, all the repaints that he's churning out at light speed now are kind of ridiculous.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
Speaking of repaints.
Speaking of McFarlane.
Yeah, these are just this 2-pack with the autographs. These are just repaints, guys. I'm sorry, but they are. I guess the rumor mill is that they're going to be pistols included again, so that's going to be the big deal. But there's nothing new here, really. They're just repaints.
It does seem dumb to sell a Batman with holsters on his side and not have any guns going.
Mm-hmm. They tried it. Yeah, but the originals, both of the originals with the guns are worth a lot of money now. So.
Yeah. Is that a tombstone there between them?
Yeah. Yeah, I'm not sure who that's supposed to be or what the significance is of it, to be perfectly honest with you. Yeah, I suppose. It looked exactly like the one that I have. Maybe they changed the 5 o'clock shadow a little bit, because there were 2 variants of that anyways when that figure first came out. Zoom's face is different, I guess, but not a lot. Pistols this time. I mean, I've got both of the originals, so this isn't. All 3 technically. I've got Zoom too, so. Yeah, and if you didn't get the previous figures, by all means, jump. Not being that critical. It's not for me because this is what McFarlane is doing now. He's really getting every penny he can out of all of these different molds, and I get that's the name of the game. So, that looks about right. That sounds about right. Yeah, I mean, like I said, if you want them and you didn't get in the first round, knock yourself out. Now, you guys are going to help me here. Like I was telling the guys before the show, I've seen 2 of these Wolverine statues, the non-signature gimmick here. Neither one of them, the ones that I saw, have the Hulk's reflection in the blades like they keep showing in all the promo shots. Have you guys seen any of these that actually have that reflection in the blade? Because the 2 that I saw did not.
That's probably the red sticker super rare variant.
Yeah, right, exactly. Yeah, because there is a platinum of this too. So yeah, and it's the brown one that I've seen doesn't. I didn't see the yellow one. I saw both of them with the early burn versions here, and neither one of them have that reflection in his blades, which is, yeah, they don't. I've seen 2 of them, and neither one of them had it. Very strange. Very strange. To tell you the honest truth, if it had that reflection in it, I probably would have bought one, but it didn't. That soured me up so bad on them that I don't want anything to do with it, because I don't think that's right. If you advertise it as having something, especially that's that critical to the piece, and it's not there, it really kind of turned me off from it. So I'm not a Wolverine fan. I'm a Hulk fan, and it would have been cool, but so I don't know. No, it's this one. This is the one that I've seen, Timothy, and like I said, I've seen it twice in 2 different stores, and that reflection was not in the blades of either one of them. Very strange.
Let's see.
Very strange. Tiki. So I don't know, but like I said, if it had it, I'd have bought it just because it's cool. But I say I would have $50 for one of these is pretty pricey. Anyways,
how much this runs, Dave? How much does that run?
The normal ones are what, $55? Yeah, for 1/10 scale statues.
He thinks his autographs are worth a lot, don't he?
Well, no, that's just the regular one. I don't know if there's no autograph variants anymore or not. This is Batman Detective 27. This one just was announced the other day. This is a 1/10 scale resin statue too. This one's kind of cool, but I just don't do the statue thing,
Yeah.
But it's cool. And Orion announced today, Target exclusive, no date on this yet. I'd like to say that this makes me hopeful that McFarlane's going to keep the license. It actually kind of adds to my speculation that he's getting ready to get out.
Yeah.
Really does. I mean, it's a nice looking figure. I will definitely be picking this one up just because I've got Darkseid. And thank you guys, and Caliban. So I'll definitely be getting Orion. But how much was that detective statue, Timothy? She probably wants $100 for that, right? I didn't see the price. Or was another Joker 2-pack? He wants $250 for it. Yeah, this is a great looking Orion.
I was looking on eBay, and the yellow Wolverine does not have the image of the Hulk.
I haven't seen the yellow ones. Just that John Byrne Brown. Neither one of them had it either. So
the brown one, I found a couple of listings for the brown one, but they're all the photo stop or the
yeah.
There's not a picture of one somebody's got in hand to see if it's actually on there or not. So
right.
I would say if it's not on the platinum yellow version, then it's probably not going to be on the brown version either.
Yeah.
I'm like you, it don't make sense. I mean, that's the whole point in the cover.
That was the point, right?
$500 for that?
No, that's insane. That's absolutely. He's going crazy. Like I said, guys, I'm beginning to really think that he's just looking to cash out at this point because that's.
Is that
crazy.
Robert De Niro? He's choking.
Probably has to be. He's got to pay that more.
That's just insane. And they have an Action Comics #1 planned.
Ain't no way.
$500. There's just no way. Absolutely. No. Nope. But Orion is a must. I'll say that. This one, I got to tell you guys, this is a colossal disappointment. The McFarlane diaper, it looks okay. They get away with it for characters with a belt, but with no belt, it's really horrible. And that head sculpt is just terrible.
His skin looks gray.
What's that?
His mouth and all looks gray.
It's just terrible. This is not a good figure. And I know a lot of guys have been super excited for, the JSA. This is just terrible. This is terrible. The hands and everything, it looks great, but that head is just absolutely horrible. And not to mention the fact this buck is just not anywhere near big enough. It's just not big enough. Wildcat is a big dude. This is a terrible figure. Yeah, it's just bad. So for you guys that were, looking forward to more JSA figures, this one is a disappointment. It's really kind of sad. They phoned this one in, if you ask me. Even if there's a platinum in black, it's still not going to fix the problems with this figure. It's just not a good figure. Sorry. And that diaper is terrible. Like I said, with the belt, they get away with it. But it's not good. Not good at all. So, too bad.
Too bad. He said too bad.
Too bad.
Too bad.
Too bad. Too bad. That's all I had for this week. See ya.
Good night, everybody.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, it wasn't apparently the Marvel drop. When was that? Today?
Friday, I think it was.
Friday. So yeah, I mean that's a pretty big week for Marvel collectors for sure.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, $500 statues and 2 figures, one of which is great. The other one is a complete flop, if you ask me. That Wildcat is a bad figure.
Yeah, that's too
bad. That's too bad.
I don't know nothing about it. It still didn't look good.
No, exactly. You know what? It's a bad figure when somebody that isn't familiar with the character looks at it and goes, "That's a bad figure."
The face was just terrible looking to me.
Yeah, not good. That somehow, some way, that was like a modified Batman head.
Really?
One of the bat sculpts was reused or something, and they just screwed it all up because it's just not good.
That's weird.
It's just not good. So, I don't know. There wasn't a whole lot of news this week, right? It was pretty quiet.
Yeah. Hasbro still facing lawsuits.
NECA apparently is either getting their stuff back or has stopped threatening people, trying to make them pay for things they didn't order.
Exactly.
What else was there? Oh, they announced some prototypes showed up at the Singapore toy show of some new Ninja Turtle figures, which actually looks pretty good, but prototypes that they were shown, and they're telling everybody sometime next year at $95 a pop. I don't know if they're going to sell a whole lot of those.
Are they life size?
They were actually like 8-inch, which was really strange. But
8-inch?
Yeah, but they looked really good. But they weren't really comic and they weren't really cartoon accurate. It was just another one of these their own take. They actually looked pretty good, but not at $95.
So we run into Jared Humphreys this weekend also.
Yeah.
Yeah, we
Wolf
did.
Den when we went by and visited. Any of you guys out there getting into the blockies Transformer things? That's what Jared was looking for. It's
I don't
like
even know what that is.
I think they're like 4-inch. Little. They're basically they're kind of like a Lego. You put them together. That's where the Lego part comes in. And they're all mystery boxes, so you don't know what you're buying when you get it. But apparently they're really hot right now.
Yeah. And there's chase figures in there too.
Yeah, and they got chase figures, so
No, I haven't heard of them.
they were pretty cool looking. I'll have to get some pictures next week and we'll check them out.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, they're like the what you call those, those little superhero things that they had that were, well, their heads were like a little oversized for them. These actually are in scale. The heads in scale.
Oh, you talking about those?
They got articulation to them. They kind of remind you of those, but they have articulation, and you can.
Yeah, they have a lot of articulation.
Yep.
No,
They
well,
don't
like Shane said, you have to
transform.
put them together.
They don't transform to the vehicle they're supposed to be in. They just stay in robot form, but they're pretty cool looking. They had one out there at Wolf Dens that we looked at, and I believe it was Jazz. And Jared actually went back in and bought the Jazz from them that they already had open because that was his favorite guy.
Yeah.
His favorite Transformer. So he went back in and bought it. And they're pretty cool. And they're cheap too, like $7.
Oh, wow.
Oh, is that all they were?
I think is what it was.
Really?
What Jared said, they were like $7 a piece.
Wow.
So I mean, and like John said, they got chase figures, so you're guaranteed to get that. And they had a bunch of them. I've seen them, but I'm not a Transformer guy, so never really messed with them. We don't even talk about that guy.
Just didn't know I seen him because I wasn't paying attention to him.
Right. Yeah, he was looking for the first series. Apparently, they're up to like series 3 or something like that now. I'm not sure.
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah, they got the one based off the movie, the Transformers 1 movie.
Yeah, the Transformer 1 movie.
There's so much stuff out there now.
Oh, yeah.
It really is. I will tell you this, though, on a positive note, well, positive, negative, I guess it depends on which side of which side of the fence you're going to fall on this one. While looking at prices for replacing a lot of my damaged stuff, it is very apparent that prices for OG Joe stuff are on the way down.
Some of them, yeah.
Quickly. So if you got holes or need parts or, just want more, that's a good sign. I mean, I think that run is over. So I think we'll even out somewhere to more realistic levels, and then to be honest with you, it'll probably stay there for forever. For at this point, I mean, which that's fine too,
You say something?
Well, yeah.
What's that? What's your wife talking about now?
She stuck her head door. Said, "Did you say something?" I said, "Well, yeah, I'm on the podcast." Give me that look.
I don't want to see John get hit again.
Hit again? Oh,
Again.
It's that bad now, John. She doesn't even hide it when there's company around. You just.
Oh, by the way, I was standing in here and I hear a noise and I hear, they got me again. Apparently, whichever one of y'all used the shower last didn't turn the thing off, and she turned the water on. It sprayed her on top of the head again. In Marshall's bathroom.
It was pointing straight at her for one moment.
That's funny.
That
happened last time you guys come. She went in there and turned the water on and got her head wet.
Good.
You're welcome,
we got year-end stuff to do here right off, don't we?
Yeah. We got it coming close.
We're gonna
start getting our top 10 or top whatever.
we got to get our top 10 going. We got to.
Yeah, I think we should do a top 10 of the year and top 10 wants for the next year.
Yeah.
Oh, that'll be a good one. Make note of that. We got to resolve the guessing game that we had on.
Yep,
The
I've
Joe
got it.
releases this in 2024.
And apparently we're not getting no more reviews, so we should know a winner of that game.
Apparently, yeah. No, we've been told. Apparently, that announcement was official. We will not get any more Joe news or reveals until February of 2025.
So who ended up winning?
Can't tell you.
Okay.
It wasn't me.
We'll reveal that next week.
Okay. You just keeping up with it. I lost track. So
Yeah.
No, I know it wasn't me. Hasbro completely screwed me over. If you ask me, every one of my ideas was fantastic.
I really can't believe they didn't reveal Pythona. I really thought I was going to get them bonus points on that one.
Yeah.
You know what?
I think we'll reveal it the 22nd.
Yeah.
I think based on what we've seen so far, I think an awful lot of what my predictions were for 2024 will show up in 25.
Yeah.
I think wetsuit now, especially now that Leatherneck's out, I think wetsuit is a stone cold given. I think Pythona is a stone cold given. There's a couple of others. I think sci-fi and Flash are set. I think both of those are set. And maybe a Grand Slam as some type of vehicle. We know the MMS is coming out. Will it have blonde-headed Colonel Hawk? Who knows?
Yeah.
It's I don't know. But yeah, we got to resolve that too. You can tell we've been moving furniture all day. Somebody's not up for it.
It looks a little tired.
We're beat down tired.
Emmett's probably sitting there telling himself, "Good night, Emmett. Good night."
No, I'm saying don't pass out. Don't pass out.
Well, you can. You're more than welcome to. Right down the hall. Ain't no one slowing you up or nothing.
No, my brain is.
You're on a break.
Yeah. We'll do that. We'll do our top 10. You're going to have to forgive me. My top 10 is going to be my memory because literally everything we own is packed up.
I just realized something.
Shoot me some pictures and we'll get them put up there. You know that.
Sure. See, I've done the same thing again this year. I didn't keep up with what come out with this year, so I can't remember what was this year and what was last year.
Yeah, I know, right?
The cabinet's not there.
I already know what my number one figure of the year is, but
we lugged them down the stairs and outside and into the garage.
I got to figure out my other 9.
Yeah. Boy, I don't know. Was it just me? It wasn't a fantastic year for figures, was it? I mean, we got some cool stuff, but I mean, coming up with something that stood out as the top figure of the year, that's going to be tough.
Yeah, mine, I don't know. I really ain't got a top one yet, to be honest with you.
So I said I already know what my top one is. It's the other 9 I got to figure out.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. I have been told in a message there is a slim chance. Well, that would be interesting. I mean, Mason, honestly, if that happens, last I heard officially, Hasbro had said, or BMAC, it had come down that there was not going to be anything again until February, but that would be cool. Who's messaging you with these things, man? I don't know. What the heck? Have you got an inside source you've been holding out on us? Probably Emily. What do you bet?
Oh, you better watch out. Corey get mad.
Oh, man, I'm telling
you. Be trying to steal his Emily. He loves her feet.
Terrible thing.
He loves them feet. Corns and all.
18th to the 20th. So I guess, if that's true, we'll know before long, right?
Yeah. 10 days, we must know. But yeah, I remember clearly him saying there will be no more figures revealed until February of 2025.
Yeah. You'll be all right, Corey. You'll be all right.
We can hear
you. Well, the claw's already been revealed, so we're just waiting for. I really thought
Yeah.
I
Well,
really
no,
thought
all it
was
was a render, though. It's all we
Yeah.
saw that was a render.
Yeah.
So,
But
I mean,
still.
I certainly wouldn't object. I mean, 18th.
Yeah, I wouldn't either. But typically, we see the actual product before they put it out there to order.
And I think the consensus was that the preview picture that they showed is the Ostriker. I think everybody was kind of in agreement with that, right?
Well,
We thought you were talking about yourself there, Mason. Slim Mason.
Now, you
Sorry.
know, think about
Bad
it,
joke,
though.
night guy. Sorry.
See,
Think about
just
it, though.
swing and a miss.
They didn't make enough ferrets, and that was the last small vehicle that they made, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
They didn't really make enough.
No, not at all.
No.
If it's going to be November, if it's going to be October, November next year before we get anything, why wouldn't they put the claw up for pre-order and then make to the pre-order like they did with Dragon Man? That way they know if they're making too many or too little.
Well, I mean, 18th. I'm just spitballing here because we've got 45 minutes. December 18th is a Wednesday. I don't remember ever doing any Joe pre-orders on Wednesdays. It's always been Tuesdays or possibly the 20th, which is a Friday, right? I don't remember ever doing any Joe stuff any other days of the week. Do you?
Usually Monday and Tuesday.
I never kept up with what days they done them on. I just tried to keep up with when they come out.
You never know. Yes.
So
It's an interesting thought. That would be, I don't
But
know.
like Mason said, he did say slim chance. So
That's right. But you know what? John's right there, too. What difference does it make? If we're not going to get these figures, they could put up anything they wanted to for pre-order at this point in time and just attach a date to it because I don't know as any of them are going to be accurate. So, well, wouldn't hurt to put them up on pre-order. They're going to have to do something to keep at least interest rolling. You know what I mean? If you get momentum and you let it stop, that's never a good thing.
yeah.
But I don't know. That'd be, that'd be cool.
Oh, we didn't talk about the Ecto 1.
Oh yeah, we got to talk about that. It did 17 and change, right? But when it was all said and done,
Oh, let me look and make
16
sure.
something, I think, when I looked earlier.
17. My phone is dead, so I'm not going to look up anything. But
It was showing 16,987 is what it's showing.
Yep.
oh well, there you go.
142%.
Now I know a lot of people were, questioning whether or not it was a bit of a scam on Hasbro's part because it sat at 9,300 for literally weeks, and then in the last 12 or 24 hours, it literally almost doubled.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I don't think Hasbro is that committed to the HasLabs being successful like that. I don't think, anyways.
No, because they've others have failed and they didn't do nothing like that.
Yeah, exactly. And we've
I
seen
just think
some.
that's just rumor there on that.
I think it's just everybody's so cynical, I mean, it's just because we've seen some pretty wonky stuff with a few of the HasLabs, but not just flat out. We're going to pretend that it succeeded and it didn't. I don't know. That doesn't make any sense because then they're stuck with a bunch of product. It's either ordered or it's not.
It's like I said, all the HasLabs do that at the end. They get a big boost.
Not at them.
Why they think this one's any different?
No.
Yeah,
So,
I mean, at the end, all you big box places get to order them. Big Bad Toy Store, Entertainment Earth.
yeah.
They wait to see how it's actually doing before they commit to a whole lot.
Now, I have to tell you, I don't think it's as big a story that it succeeded. I think, and it may be again. I'll take a page from Mason's book. Just possible that the rumor that's floating around out there is that Hasbro is done with the HasLab format. Model. And that the Ecto 1 was the last HasLab. That there will be no more HasLabs after 2024. That's floating around out there. I've seen it a couple of times. That Dragon Man and that new Sentinel, those were kind of like, toe in the water experiments to see
Mm-hmm.
if that's a better model to go by than what HasLab has been able to do.
Yeah.
Um,
And they worked because they sold
well,
a ton of
I
those.
think they did work. Yes, they did. Oh, stop it. Was it in a parking garage and were they smoking cigarettes? I don't know. I know that's a deep dive right there. You'd have to know something about Watergate for that to even make sense. Yeah, no, I don't know, man. I hate to say that particular rumor, I actually kind of believe. I think maybe the HasLab model is dead.
It very well could be.
Let's face it, we don't like it. We don't like that you're spending big money on a toy that you're not going to see for 18 months.
Mm-hmm.
There are a ton of other things that could be done quicker, more of them per year. And we'd get, especially with the Joe line, we've had that conversation before. There is a ton of stuff in that $150 to $200 line. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
That would make a whole lot more sense, and especially if you're going to get them in 9 to 10 months versus 18 months.
16 to 18, yeah.
Because we all said, oh no, the HasLab, that means we'll never get a whale. I don't believe we were ever going to get a whale in the HasLab. You know how expensive that thing would be. The Sky Striker, I don't find a classified scale Sky Striker realistic. I know maybe this was what Corey was talking about earlier. There's been a lot of rumors floating around about the HasLab next year being a Mobat. I don't know. That one doesn't make a lot of sense to me.
What if? Now think about this. The Ecto 1, they did 2 versions. The regular version,
yep.
Or you could get the deluxe, which had the X where you could just swap the top out and make the Ghostbusters 2 Ecto 1. What if they did a tank body and you get it in green with a regular turret, or for the deluxe, you get it in tan with a bigger turret for a Mauler?
Mm-hmm.
General Motors, when they first started making electric cars, they called the chassis a skate, right? It was your battery pack and your drive units on what they called the skate, and then you dropped the body of your choosing off top of the skate. So the skate was all the same, but then you had a top body that made it whatever it was going to be. That's actually a fantastic idea, John, because you could do let's get real. You build a skate. You could do the Mobat, you could do the Mauler, you could do an Equalizer, you could do a big Wolverine. That would be a lot of bang for their buck, so to speak, with tracked vehicles.
That's a good point. They could do a Mauler, and then they could do a second with like you said, the Equalizer, because they still have 3 or 4 Mad Marauder figures that they haven't done, and they can make those the tiers for that.
Mm-hmm.
You could do the bridge layer on a skate like that.
Yeah. There's several possibilities there.
Yeah, isn't that what's the company that did the Mauler? Well, they're not calling it.
No, that was Raymond Toys.
Isn't that what they did? Isn't that a skate that has different tops to build different vehicles?
It is.
Yeah, I think that's a great idea. Why not? That'd be cool. What the heck are you doing?
Good night, Emmett.
Not why I'm here.
He stands here like that, and it's like being in a really, really bad, not so scary movie, right? He's right behind you. It's like, I don't care.
At least put a sheet on with some eye holes in it or something.
Yeah.
I don't know. Modularity, right? It wouldn't be a bad thing for Hasbro to consider doing that, and they could get the price down. Can confirm in the focus group, Rattler was floated. And they also bring up the Mobat and an unnamed third vehicle. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know. The weird thing is with the Mobat, especially, the Mobat was an outdated tank in 1982 when it came out.
Mm-hmm.
The Mauler was much more accurate to modern tanks. But I don't know. You kind of want a Mobat, right? You got to
I
ram
just want a Steeler.
Yeah, you're not going to get Steeler with a Mauler. So I mean, I don't know. The thing is, the rumor
Probably
knows.
is.
Well, he's not anywhere near as much as you think he is, which is not at all. So I wouldn't worry about it too much, Corey. I don't know, man.
They're stepping up on that curve at Target. He's probably hiding behind one of those little red balls out there on the watching.
Yeah, that's right. The crowbar.
Waiting to see if Shane's going to trip him.
The curve at Target.
You're going to see Corey running.
You're talking about flat ground, right?
Ball chasing him. Dun, 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 dun.
So, a guy in the group, Chris Brandon, he invited me to a group that he had made. And I wanted to show y'all the group that he made up from. There's a story behind it. You just have to get with him on Facebook and check it out. But it's some pretty cool stuff. I haven't really been looking deep into these, but these are the Monster Force figures.
Mm-hmm.
This is wave 3 of them. They're pretty cool. Some unique characters.
Why does that look like Dr. Quest?
Exactly. That's what I was about to say. We have Dr. Quest in the background.
It looks exactly like him.
It does. It does. That's
Johnny
one
and
thing I
Haji and Race around there somewhere?
Yeah.
Bandit.
They are some really nice looking figures. I told him I would try to invite a few guys to his group to get him started up and everything. So, but they're nice.
When is the Benton Quest? That's right. When's the release date on these? Because that last wave with the general that everybody wanted, that was like a year out.
I think that was wave 1, actually.
Yeah.
Okay.
That should be getting close to being.
It should be. I did a little research on them, and they're pretty cool. But we'll take a look at a few of them a little better. This is
That's a handsome devil right there.
This is the Goblin. They are $35 figures, but they do come with a lot of accessories and stuff with them. And I like the peg hands. You see them, the hands?
Yeah.
Those are much better than what we're getting with G.I. Joes.
Yeah.
Do they have the articulation now?
Well, it's got
at the wrist.
If you look, you can see it's got an up and down motion. Mm-hmm. I'm sure it's got a twist motion to it. So
okay, HP Lovecraft.
HP Lovecraft. But this is, it's pretty cool. Season 3, Part 1.
13 Ghosts, wasn't that a movie?
I think so.
No.
But then there's a few. I just wanted to. Here's Dr. Quest. It definitely is Dr. Quest.
That is Dr. Quest. I don't care what you say. Like I said, Johnny, Haji, Race, and Bandit. Get somewhere.
But then here's the accessories that come with him.
Tennis. Oh, come on. Come on. Look at the head. That's Dr. Venom.
Yep. Dr. Venom. So there's our Dr. Venom right there.
Yep.
They're purposely doing these because they know Joe collectors are going to buy it, because the general you can make 2 different characters, 3 characters from G.I. Joe, and then one from Thunderbolt Ross is the 4th one.
So yeah, you got the jugglers right there from the Joe books. That's Dr. Venom.
Every bit of it.
Yep.
Dr. Tanis Rad.
That's Dr. Venom.
Yeah.
That's why I wanted to show this because we've got a lot of stuff in here that's similarity of the Joe line.
Yep.
And I want to add that the guns that are coming with these are from Gridiron Studios. See here in the bottom.
Really, come on, that's terrible. That's Dr. Venom.
Yep.
Every bit of it. And then this guy, he's there.
These are first quarter of 2026. What Big Bad Toy Store is showing for.
Yeah.
Oof.
The General's second quarter of 2025.
Right. Okay.
That's Dr. Venom. Man. A year. Another figure
show that.
A year.
Here's Dr. Octopus.
The ambassador of what?
Hey, check it out, guys.
Yep.
Yeah, that's definitely H.P. Lovecraft. Cthulhu, right?
What is that, though?
Oh, come on. Seriously.
What is that?
That looks exactly like the custom head that I have. Yeah, Cthulhu. Yeah, it's exactly what it looks like, Cthulhu. Cursed Spellbook. That's interesting.
Once was a man. Instead of turning into a snake, he's turned into a squid.
That right there.
Now I'm calling
Red Ninja.
Yeah, Red Ninja, right. The Red Demon.
The Red Demon, yep. But that's what the first thing I caught was a lot of the Joe stuff with it. You know, I was like, oh man, come on. I know what they're doing.
Long? Man, why so long? That Dr. Venom, though, man, that's terrible. That's horrible. That needs to be made a lot quicker.
Yeah.
But this guy here, he would be a good addition to your Joe collection if he's collecting Joes.
Commander Gridiron weapons.
Look at the alternate head there. Can you zoom in on that?
Yep, sure can.
Who does that look like?
Skull Crusher.
Familiar.
What's that, John?
I said it looks familiar. Like
It looks very familiar, but I don't know.
It could easily be a Frag Viper head.
Looks like a Halo grunt.
No.
No, it does. Looks like a grunt's head.
No, there's something from one of the monster movies, a sci-fi movie or something that's a knockoff of.
Skull Crusher's portrait.
Can't think of what it is. I wonder if this space sculpt is the guy that owns Gridiron.
I don't know. But the weapons are cool.
Yeah.
We think that was the last one. Yeah, that was it. We can talk about that later. But yeah, I just wanted to drop them off for him and let people see them. They're pretty cool. Monster Force, Operation Monster Force. I do think they have a comic that goes with these too. Also.
Yeah, there is. Yeah.
So I mean, that's good marketing for them. They're made by Fresh Monkey Fiction. So pretty cool.
Now, I mean, seriously, guys, other than paint time, how much do you guys think that the commonality of 3D printing now is going to change action figure collecting? Because at this point in time, you can give somebody $3 for a file and you can basically print almost any character you can think of.
But there is a lot of time into 3D printing things, though.
Oh, yeah, no, I agree.
Because when you 3D print them, you have tons of lines.
Oh, yeah.
Have to be sanded down. So, I mean, there's a lot to it.
Yeah, but still, I mean, it's a kind of an interesting idea because I know there's not a year. I mean, oh, no, it's Catzilla.
There's my buddy.
Jelly bean.
Oh, Jelly Bean.
Pretty cat.
I think it's bad, though, in picture-wise.
Rock cigars. What does that mean? Action Force Next Wave is going to rock cigars.
I think he's saying they're going to just have cigars.
Oh, that? Okay.
Yeah. Corey's he's cool, you know.
Oh, okay. He's up on the hip jive.
He's hip on the jive, man. He's a jiving kind of cat.
Ooh, we're having battle of the cats now.
Wow.
Actually, she kind of clumped.
Don't yell in her ear.
Oh, sorry.
She's
So
kinda
what
cute.
group is
What do we get?
I'll he's hip, he's fresh. He's
That's right.
Corey Crash on the ground, McMahon.
He's Nito, Kulo, Chapo.
I'll send y'all invites to that group. Y'all want to, grab jump in there.
Boy, that's interesting. That's interesting. Yeah, that's Dr. Venom all over the place. So,
Yeah, oh yeah. And the hooded Cobra Commander.
yeah. Yeah, for sure.
We didn't have no jive in the 1800s, man.
Oh, no, we did not. Nope, we didn't. We spoke English like intelligent people. No, stop. So, anyways, I don't know, man. I don't know. That's interesting. It's interesting. There's so much stuff now.
I did get this at Wolf Den's this weekend also. Good old retro Carter Sergeant Stalker.
Oh, nice. I still got to get one of those at some point in time.
And
He's
then
got one more left.
I got to get a couple of the Cocos, too.
Come in.
Yep.
Iron Grenadier come in.
Yep.
Really, I like that Iron Grenadier figure.
It's a nice figure. It's just got that
It is.
Nazi vibe to it. It just screams SS. I'm surprised people haven't kind of gotten weird about
I
it.
can already see my gun, my weapon is got a slight curvature to it.
Uh-huh.
Well, they do like shooting around corners.
They do. Corner shot. Yep, no doubt. Shoot from cover. Oh,
Yeah.
there you go.
Yeah.
So
I've been
the Wolf Den had a couple triple T's too.
Where's the bear? Where's our bears? Where are the bears? The bears. Where's the bears?
Yeah, I was thinking about that
Should
today.
Should be. Well, I mean, Wolf said back when we first pre-ordered them, it'd probably be February next year.
Mr. Wolf, where is my bear?
even though Big Bad Toy Store had listed fourth quarter this year, but the fourth quarter's almost up.
Mm-hmm.
I think Wolf was closer on target with the February of next year.
Yeah. Well, weren't they originally like in August of 2024, and then it got set back, and now apparently it's been set back again?
I don't know. He said every time the ones he's pre-ordered, it's usually roughly about 9 months before they actually get them. So I don't know. I think that's what he said, 9 months. So he was predicting February back in June when we told him we wanted them.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
So,
But you know what? That's what I was saying before. I mean, to create buzz, to keep interest in the line going, it's not a bad thing to let people know what's coming in the future. Because I mean, we said it when that had come down from BMAC. It's just I remember saying it anyway. 4 months with no word from Hasbro on a Joe line that is already severely delayed. That's not good. That's not smart marketing at all. So maybe, hopefully Mason's right, and we'll see something, at least an announcement. Or
but it's like me and John was talking. It'll give us time to catch up.
Oh yeah, no, but as long as we're kept in the loop, you know what I'm saying. As long as there's a loop to be kept into, if they just let it, we're going to go play Star Wars and Transformers, and we're not even going to talk about Joe's. That's not going to fly.
I think they will, like later, in 2025, they'll reveal some stuff, renders and whatnot, and names. But as far as pre-orders and stuff, I don't think we'll be getting onto them for at least till June or July.
I'm not sure they dare. I mean, I'm not sure they dare put in pre-orders unless the production thing is really genuinely all cinched up. I can't.
I mean,
imagine.
from what I'm hearing, they moved the Joes to Taiwan.
I'd heard
and-
India.
Or one of the Taiwan or
Yeah.
India, one of the two. I can't remember.
That's the
which
problem
one.
with the rumor mill, right?
Yeah.
But I mean, even if that's the case and they're dealing with the quality issues, I can see where that would be the problem.
Yeah. I don't know as they dare take more pre-orders on stuff that they don't know for sure they're going to be able to deliver within, any period of time. I think that whole Elon Musk thing was just
I think he's just wanting the gaming,
Right.
and I think he's just wanting D&D.
yeah, but I think he really gets a kick out of trolling people too.
Yeah.
But they did say this was interesting. They did say that somebody came up with the purchase price for Hasbro would be $7 billion. $7 billion. And it was just like, you do realize Elon Musk could write that check
Oh yeah.
and not even miss it.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
Not even miss it.
I mean,
Look, he gave what, $43 million for Twitter, and it was a garbage company.
Yeah.
I mean, he could buy Hasbro 10 times over and still be perfectly fine,
I
That's
have
crazy.
a public service announcement.
What, that you're going to bed?
No, if you
Good night,
want
Emmett.
a collection that can
night,
survive a
Emmett.
car crash by Mythic Legion's mooses.
Yeah, there you go.
You got attacked by a moose.
In fact, pad your entire house with Mythic Legion's mooses.
Yeah, well, the moose survived, that's true.
Yeah, it also woke me up.
Yeah, we all know, but all right.
So the moose woke you up. It wasn't the car running
No,
into the house that
it's
woke
hitting
you
in the
up.
head.
I think the moose hitting him was the first thing that he processed. That because it's a bit of a shock, to be perfectly honest with you. But yeah, he got clocked. I mean, so
Oh man.
oh boy,
The
And I've
moose is
only
on the
ever-
loose.
I've only ever heard that car crashing sound twice. That one time, and then in a video game.
yeah. Well, it's not a sound you need to hear all that many times.
Well, that I've only ever heard it twice.
I've heard it way too many times.
Well, yes, you've also played that video game, so.
No, it didn't have anything to do with a video game.
Well, you've also played that game, so.
Real life crashing.
Shit. But I remember, it's funny. I remember hearing it for the first time when I was a kid, and
It's a really weird sound.
it's pretty weird. And that one was a car hitting a house too.
Mm-hmm.
The difference is I was the one driving the car. That's no joke. When I was 4, I put my aunt's car into the neighbor's kitchen. So
Corey wants to know, is the moose okay?
the moose is okay.
Yes.
After hitting him, it may have survived. It may have not survived.
Yeah, no, the moose is perfectly fine.
That moose is pretty
He
dang
went out
tough.
about
The
40
moose
kilometers.
was actually on the shelf closest to that door to the room that Emmett was in. So it's like when the wall got shoved,
It kind of deflected off the door.
the
and hit
moose
him in the
got
hand.
thrown that 5 or 6 feet through the doorway and bounced off something and ended up ricocheting off and knocking him in the noggin. He didn't get hit all that hard with it, but the moose only flew, I don't know, 6 or 7 feet. But the Defiant flew, he went about 10 or 12 feet. And he's taking the pictures this week of the damage and stuff. It's just like, holy cow, just busted.
Wow.
Just busted. I mean, stuff was weird things like, there's a chunk busted out of the warthog. Just because everything got thrown like a cyclone inside that room, and stuff flying off shelves and bouncing off other things and then hitting the floor and getting buried under cinder blocks, and
It wasn't even really like
just
specific tiny pieces were getting broken. It was just like random things would get broken.
it's just wherever they landed, whatever they smashed into, just chaos, absolute chaos. So a lot of damage. I do want to at some point in time when this cools off and we get settled in somewhere, I want to go. I'm going to try to do an interview with our insurance agent for a segment on the show so we can talk about coverage for collectibles.
Mm-hmm.
Because I have to be honest with you guys, as freaky as this whole thing is, and is Twilight Zoney and however, surreal, whatever you want to
There is
call
a
it.
very small chance it could happen to you.
The fact of the
Yes,
matter,
I will drive the car if I have to.
the fact of the matter is if it hadn't happened the way that it did, none of my stuff would have been covered. It would have been like what'd she say, a $2,000 limit, Sweet? Which doesn't even come close. So
Doesn't even cover the Defiant.
Oh no,
So-
it doesn't. Not even close, actually. So, it's be an interesting thing to talk to, to get some information for everybody about, because if you have stuff, if you have collectibles, or the other one was firearms, because they seem to be in the same category as far as coverage go, but separate as far as policy goes. You really need to think, if you think your homeowners or renters insurance is going to cover you if something happens, that's not accurate. There's a limit there on 99% of these policies. And oddly enough, if you have any kind of appraisal, you definitely have to have a separate policy, because the minute it's appraised, you're not covered at all. Which was really shocking. I don't know. You guys all know how insurance companies are really strange, but believe it or not, because this is going to sound strange, but because my collection was struck by a car, it's covered.
That's crazy.
It is crazy. It really is crazy. And I mean, that's the blessing in all of that, is that we were assured you're covered.
Well, what if it was struck by lightning?
No, that's the point I'm making, bud. That's the point I'm making. That no, if one of the trees in the front yard had smashed into the house and that same exact damage had happened, oh well, should have had it covered. Should have had it covered. And so I'd like to try to do that. I'd like to sit down with that agent and do an interview and give you all the skinny on how this shouldn't work. And I have to be perfectly honest with you. I can't imagine, honestly, that these policies would be all that expensive. But you're going to have like a photographic record of your collection,
right?
Condition and everything else. And I have to tell you, it's very interesting to be asked the source of your collection. Because item after item after item after item, I'm just listing source or purchase. It's just like various collectors, shops, and shows. Because that's how we all collect, right? We trade, or there's no record of any of most of our stuff. The new items that were broken, those are easy. I can pull up a receipt from anywhere, McFarlene or whatever, Walmart.
Right.
There's record of those purchases because, number one, they're all very recent. But as far as this other stuff, there's no record of buying all of this stuff. After you trade or things are given to you, then that doesn't make them, any less valuable if somebody gives them to you.
Mm-hmm.
Seriously though, guys, how many of us actually have a real record of where we got anything? You don't have any record of that. Give me a break.
Grandma.
Think about the trading that John has done over the years for his collection. He couldn't even account for what he traded for that he has. Right? So photographs, whatever records you can establish. They want to know the year. This is the other thing is they play this weird depreciation game with everything else on the planet, right? We all know that. But when it comes to collectibles, it works in the opposite. So they want to know the year it was made. They want to know, then they go ahead and ask you how old it is on top of that. So it's just, you have to, make a count for all of that stuff. And there's like 8 different categories of condition. So they're pretty, they're not just going to hand you money if you say, hey, I had a fire or I had a flood or, I had an automobile smash into my house. But
Mhm.
Interesting. It is very interesting. So that would be an interesting, hopefully an interesting topic for us to talk about once we get
Mhm.
that
I
over.
know, if you collect comics or anything like that and use the CLZ apps, when you add your comics to it, you can put how much you give for them, where you bought them at, the
Sure.
date you bought them at, and track that if you want to take the time to do that. I just stick them in there, and I don't bother filling all that part out. But
Yep, that's a good point. That's a decent record of things. It's like I said to Amy earlier, though. I said, "Can you imagine? God forbid, can you imagine if that car had caught the house on fire after it smashed into it?"
Oh
and,
yeah.
And I'm wandering around down there picking up, black blobs of melted plastic, going, "Well, this was, that's not going to fly." I mean,
No,
at
not at all.
least I have things. I have things that I can show. And Seth was here from Sasquatch, and he took photos of everything and is working on some corroborating value stuff for us. And if I need to, I'll put in some calls to other dealers and stuff and come up, because and here's the deal, guys, they will not use eBay. They will not use eBay sold listings as a gauge of value, because we had this discussion earlier this year, or maybe it was last year. eBay auctions can and are manipulated.
Yeah, oh, they are.
So they will not use those as a gauge for anything, demand or sale prices or value or anything. So if you, God forbid, you find yourself in a position like we're in, they're going to contact people like Seth, or they're going to contact somebody like Brian's Toys, or they're going to contact somebody at Wheeljacks, or they're going to contact somebody that's in the business to say, "Hey, what would it cost for us to replace all of these toys?" And so that's what they're going to do. So
It's crazy.
yeah,
and so yeah, that's our. So that's what I'm thinking. I'm hoping to be able to do that. I can't imagine that an insurance agent wouldn't want to do that, but
It would be interesting to hear what he has to say about it.
well, some of it's just been flat out just kind of shocking. It's just like, but when she said, regardless of the fact that it was struck by a car, if there was an actual appraisal on that collection before it was struck, they wouldn't cover it.
That don't make sense, though.
It does. Isn't that backwards thinking? Wouldn't they be going, "Oh, thank goodness you had it appraised. That's going to make our life so much easier."
Right.
No. It's almost like if you knew enough to have it appraised, then you're supposed to know enough to have a separate policy. Now, I don't know how many of us have actually. I don't even know how you'd go about getting it appraised.
The appreciation and depreciation of it, though, I think that might be why they don't take an pre-appraisal, because of, because this stuff can go up and down quickly.
And it does. And to tell you the honest truth,
Exactly.
if you take, like my snowcat got broken, just a small vehicle as an example. You take a $40 snowcat, you put on a Saturday afternoon, you put $15 wiper on the windshield, and you do some Dawn, some soap and water, and a toothbrush. Now you have $100 snowcat.
Yep.
Right. I mean, and that's how this works. So, or vice versa. Your grandson gets a hold of it and plays in the sandbox, and now you $100 snowcat is now a $35 snowcat. So, it's very weird, but it's something. I'd like to be able to pass on some information, so to make sure that all of you guys out there and all you ladies out there, for that matter, are covered, because dumb, weird, strange things happen. And, I think about that $7.8 billion collection that John's got. That'd be a real shame if, his insurance tried to play games if, God forbid, something were to happen,
Yeah, oh, yeah.
So, I mean, how do you insure a museum?
Why did you collect Funko Pops?
Yeah, if anything happens to it, I'm out of the
throw 'em away.
collecting business. I'm done.
Yeah. Well, I have to be honest with you guys. It's funny because we and this is something for, I guess, all of us could think about. some of the prices on some of this stuff. To be a reasonable adult, I find myself sitting here going, can I really sit here and justify spending that much money to replace that? Do you understand what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
To buy shelves and have shelves given to you, and you restore and you get sweat equity, and you buy a piece here and you buy a piece there, and you part shop and you price shop, and good Lord, how long have 3 years? What is it? 3 years we were working on that Defiant. And then you look at the price that it's going to cost to replace that Defiant, and you kind of go, boy, can I really justify spending that kind of money?
For real.
Because we're talking thousands, guys. I mean, if you look at the replacement cost on a Defiant, it makes the flag look like a quick stop at Wolf's Den or Sasquatch or something, right? That's a Saturday afternoon collecting spending, compared to what you're talking about with a Defiant, because I'm telling you, the suckers are getting more rare by the second. People go at them with a duster and, oh crap, there's $1,200 that I just,
Yeah.
So
I saw one sell in box, and it's broke. Still in box. Pieces have broken over the years. It's over like $20,000.
Oh yeah,
I saw one. I think it was graded sold for $35,000.
Yeah. I mean, that's crazy.
Here's another catch, and I don't know if you guys have noticed this, and I talked to Shane and John about this the other day, but in my travels to get numbers together on all of this mess and everything else, I discovered something the other day that I had not seen before, but now that I was looking for it, it was everywhere. There's stuff out there that is now being listed as complete, right? 100% complete. The problem is there's a certain percentage of that item is broken. It's there. So it's complete, but it is not unbroken.
It's not mint.
It's not. So you got to watch. If you guys are still buying out there or thinking about buying certain things, start asking the questions. Just because it says 100% complete doesn't mean it's unbroken. Because there's tabs missing and there's all kinds of there's some pretty wacky stuff out there all of a sudden, which
or secretly super glued together.
Well, right.
I've seen that happen before.
It's not disclosed, and that's the thing with like Emmett and I. We've hunted down certain things that are not glued, are not these parts were mint. Or we didn't buy them because that didn't make any sense, right? It didn't. Yeah. I got something that's incomplete, and I'm going to put broken parts on it just for the sake of calling it complete. It's like, no, it's still broken. So
not a chance.
So when I was told the other day, oh, so and so's got a complete Defiant. Oh, really? How much? $3,000. The minute that number came out, it's like, wait a second. That's at least half of what you should expect. So it may be complete, but it ain't unbroken.
Exactly.
Right. So, and it was Seth that told me that he was at, where the heck was it? He was at a big show 2 weeks ago, and there was a Defiant there with the box. And he said the box wasn't worth worrying about. But the Defiant, the complex, it was 100% complete and it was unbroken. Take a shot at how much the asking number is on that.
Oh, I'll say $8,000 easy.
$7,500. $7,500. And Seth said the same thing. I cannot believe he's moving this thing around to the shows.
Yeah, for real.
Yeah.
But how else are you going to move it, right? And here's the other thing. Is when you start talking numbers, like here in Alabama, I've paid 11% sales tax on stuff, depending on what town or county I'm in, right?
Yep.
You have to make account for that. and if it's going to cost you $50 to ship something, you have to take account for that too. Because let's face it, to have something insured and shipped to you carefully, even some of the smaller items are going to run you $35 or $40 or $50. And an item like the Defiant, it cannot be shipped. So if I decide to buy another one, I'm going to have to travel to wherever it is and bring it home.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, all of these things you need to take into consideration. And I'm learning all of this. You used to do underwriting for insurance companies on wrecked motorcycles. That was a set thing, right? Make, model, year, this part is broken, replace it. This part can be repaired, repair it. That was all cut and dried stuff. And that's where depreciation comes in. None of it was appreciating. And none of it was rare, right? I mean, but now it's just like, what's my time worth? This gunner seat, John and I have had this discussion about those turret seats on the Defiance. To find one of those suckers unbroken is almost impossible, and there's 3 of them to complete that vehicle. Well, what's the 2 years of your time worth for you to be able to even find one? Right? Let alone, have to pay $200 for it when you do find one. So that'd be an interesting conversation. I hope, anyway. And
hope you can get that one pulled off.
What's that?
I said, I hope you can get that one pulled off. That would be very interesting.
Yeah, I can't imagine that they wouldn't want to. I mean, seriously, it's business, right? I mean, they're explaining their product. So, but like I said, I'm going to try to get through the mess that we're in right now, and of course Christmas, and then I'm going to try to do that. Just because it's very interesting, the stuff that's going on top of all of the hassle and the headache and the confusion. Some of this stuff is actually kind of interesting. And I think safe to say, a lot of us have taken certain insurance issues for granted, and I'm discovering now that, boy, I had a huge collection for years and years and years, and I just figured my homeowners would cover it. Thank God nothing ever happened, because that probably wasn't true.
Probably not.
So, I mean, anyways, 8:59. What do you think, guys? You got anything else this week?
No, that's all I got.
What do you think, boy? So
A lot of Marvel reveals and stuff like that this week.
Good time. Yeah, great week for Marvel, guys. Not so great for your wallets, but great week.
Nope.
Otherwise, relatively quiet. Next week, something new, something fun, something adventurous, something interesting, something that takes 2 hours on your Sunday evening. How's that? Good night,
Have a good night, everybody.